Was a horrific story that we told you about last year. Thousands of beagles were rescued from a facility in Virginia, and 60 of them were brought here to Kentucky. Well, they are all with their new families now, scattered in different states. But new tonight, as WKYT's Lexi Martin shows us, they'll soon be reunited with one another.
15 months after 4,000 beagles were rescued from the Vigo breeding facility in Virginia, many of them will be reunited.
Very excited about having Phoebe meet some of her, I call them beagle siblings from the rescue.
Phoebe was one of 60 dogs brought to Kentucky from the facility. Maria rescued her, but many other families stepped up to help too.
Yeah, we're just all supportive, and we're there to kind of offer advice and just support each other.
So many of these dog rescue families have been supporting each other through Facebook groups. Now they finally get to meet in person at BeagleFest.
Maria is organizing BeagleFest and says people are coming in from Louisville, Cincinnati, and maybe Tennessee. Ann Gibbons rescued 2 beagles.
It'll be lots of fun. It'll be great to meet fellow beagle lovers and to discuss, the similarities, the struggles that we've all had,
BeagleFest will be on Saturday, October 21st at Jacobson Park. Even if you don't have a beagle to bring to the reunion, Maria is encouraging you to come.
We're just wanting to raise awareness of, how those experiences might be very detrimental to the wellness of our puppies.
While rescuing dogs isn't easy, Ann Gibbons says her rescue beagles are worth every second of her time.
They're just the sweetest. You've got to kind of give them a chance.
In Lexington, Lexi Martin, WKYT.
Beagles just make you happy, right? Well, BeagleFest, again, is October 21st at Jacobson Park. It's happening from 11 a.m. to 2, so a lot of beagles out there that day. All right.